Thank you.
Thank you. That was Buried Men, which is not on the album Buried Men. It's off the album Concentration 64, where you can find on all sorts of platforms, including Bandcamp. So Zanders, that was beautiful. Thank you. I just get such a kick out of having bands play here for me. I like it. It's like my own private concert. I feel very special. So thank you for making me feel special.
It's nice over here too.
Yeah.
Nice little intimate.
Yeah, it's fun.
Performance.
Yeah, it's fun. And in case you want to see what these beautiful creatures look like, we're also streaming this on Facebook and YouTube and a couple other places, I think. But yeah. So, and they'll be up on the internet later, so you can relive this all over again on the archives or on our Facebook page. Yeah. So thanks again for being here and for having me here. And yeah, so you guys have a couple other songs to perform. What's coming up next?
I think we're going to play the tune that you started off this section with, a song called Like Literally.
Like Literally. Oh,
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Literally.
Literally.
Like
Like Literally. You're going to play Like Literally.
Help me forget remembering how we used to be. Help me forget remembering how you forgot me. But I think it's worth mentioning that we used to be. I won't regret defending as wide as they seem. I'm not here to judge. The jury agrees. They say you have changed your names. And the records show I'm hesitant to fix this again. This will make it 6 months of trying and again. But we talk all the time and then we don't talk at all. You're
Thank you. That was like literally, and like literally, what is that about? Or is it about anything literally?
Well, it's an expression that's you might hear from time to time, like literally. Have you heard someone
Mm-hmm.
say like literally?
Yeah.
Usually with an upward inflection. Yeah. So it's just kind of checking in with someone, asking, does this make sense? This whole song, this whole thing.
I think it makes sense. Yeah, it makes some kind of sense.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a tune.
Yeah, it is. It's a good tune. Well, so where you what are some of your influences when it comes over, obviously everyone has lots of influences, but when in particular in the sound of the band, is there any artists that are particular sources of inspiration?
That's a good question, and I think a tough question for us because we don't talk about it.
Okay.
Not like it's a taboo subject, but
you don't mention it to
well,
each other.
I think each of us could probably give very different answers.
Well, then, so for you, Kevin, what are some of the your influences that you're drawing from?
I don't know.
Okay.
Pressure. I don't think so. I recorded and mixed Concentration 64 and did all that, and I was not really thinking of it as a piano trio or a vocal trio.
Okay.
I think I was taking more mixing hints from the jazz world.
Okay.
In particular, I am a big fan of Mary Halverson and what she's doing with her large ensembles, and the way that the instruments sound together is so cool. There often isn't vocals in that stuff, but it doesn't really make a difference. And also Chad Blake's work with the Bad Plus. Very important for me is what I think a exciting piano trio should sound like.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that there are vocals doesn't particularly change it. Although now that I'm talking and I'm having more ideas, a big influence that Alex and I have in common is that we're both huge fans of musicals, in particular the Rodgers and Hammerstein works.
Okay.
So we were working on the record and talking a lot about
Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Yeah, what would they do in Oklahoma? And so maybe that's more where the vocal sounds and harmonies are coming from.
Fascinating. Very fascinating. What about for you, Alex?
I second some of the references here Kevin has mentioned, of course, with some musicals, Little Bad Plus, and also Regional Spectre, of course. Just an intense voice and piano.
What about Joanna Newsom? Are you
Yes.
Yes.
After I kept people kept telling me to listen to Joanna Newsom, and then I did, and it was the one.
Yes, she's quite wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, what about when you're writing the lyrics? Also, is this a collaborative lyric writing, or is it mostly you, Alex, or is it all you?
I think it's all me.
Okay. So, are there any particular poets or or are these words just coming out of the ether into your brain from some kind of other source?
Yeah, the other source are my closest friends
Mhm.
and former lovers. No, a lot of the tunes are usually in the wake of uh, some experience, and usually things people say every day have the potential to be uh, put into a song.
hmm
Um, so yeah.
Are you one of those people that carry around like a little notebook when somebody says something interesting and you write it down?
Yes, she is.
Okay. All right.
I
Good.
might
You answer
have
that
a
for her?
couple,
They say the guy from Modest Mouse does that. He's a notorious
Yeah,
taking people's words
I
and
met Isaac Rock one time.
uh-huh.
He was super nice. But my takeaway and I hope he's not listening. I don't
He's a
want
big fan of. I mean, we are the greatest radio station on the planet. So,
But he has really small hands.
interesting.
That was my takeaway.
Huh.
Besides him being very nice and putting on a great performance and
Yeah.
everything.
Small
But-
hands.
Yeah,
It always, it surprises you sometimes, right?
yeah.
When you see these people and they're like shorter,
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention, but we shook hands and I was like, whoa, small hands.
Yeah. Maybe you have large hands.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But maybe if I hang out with Isaac Brockmore,
You would.
people will say that.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd like to
Guys got big
mention
hands.
Jewel, famously, small hands. The artist Jewel.
The artist Jewel.
She has a song about it.
Oh.
I guess that's another influence there.
Isn't
Jewel.
there a Screamo song called that? Yeah, there's a La Dispute song as well.
We're getting into something
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small hands. Yeah. If you have small hands, it's okay. We're not, disparaging
Mhm.
you in any way.
here. It's all relative.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I hope there's no Screamo fans
Yeah.
listening to or heard me call La Dispute Screamo because I'm gonna get raked over the
Yeah.
coals
There's
on the forums.
The comments are pouring in right now. Yeah. So there's a lot of angry.
WPKN subreddit.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
it's-
phone is lighting up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, it actually is. There's actually somebody calling. Sorry, I can't answer the phone at the moment, but maybe if you call back a little later in the program, we'll have time to chit chat. So again, we're talking to Zanders, Kevin, and Alex of the fantastic group Zanders, who based right here in the wonderful state of Connecticut. There's a lot of good music in Connecticut.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
people totally underestimate the high quality
Mhm.
musicians and acts that are playing and based out of Connecticut.
Yeah,
Everyone thinks only things happen in Brooklyn, but no, Connecticut's got really quality musicians out there.
yeah. There's a lot of integrity in Connecticut music. I think that there are some, so I don't want to say there's none, but there are not many people coming here to play music. And you don't have people coming here to try to prove themselves to play music. And what I think we get a lot of is people who just love to play music.
Yes.
and really are not trying to necessarily make it. They're not trying to land a record deal with every gig. They're not trying to impress everybody. Well, probably trying to impress everybody, but it's not like Brooklyn where people go there to try to be a musician.
Yeah.
We got a lot of fantastic musicians here, and I think they're all very cool. They're chill.
Yeah. Like you guys. You guys are very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I was happy that that we bumped into each other at the show at the State House.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was a great show too. The Most, I love The Most, Nikita, and you got. I mean, that's a fabulous lineup.
It was.
It was a really
a good gig.
high quality lineup. Yeah. So yeah, don't sleep on the Connecticut music scene. If you're traveling to New York to go see music, well, you're probably traveling too far. Just stay right here in our backyard. So do you guys want to play another song?
Yeah, I think.
What's it gonna be?
We could do a little chorus.
Let's do it. It's called Poor Circulation.
I
stay wrapped up in layers to keep warm, even though I'm not a cold person. It's just for circulation. You got in my veins because I shot you off like let you go after I let you in. Neither of us should be doing this. For once I wanted to ignore the voice inside my head saying, slow down. He sure seems awfully friendly. He sure seems awfully empty. Closest I'll get to waking up with you is sleeping in your arms. Closest I'll get to holding your hands only with the closest I felt to knowing myself was always in nobody's home. And when I reach for my phone, I know there's no calling you back. How do I get used to
That was Poor Circulation from Zanders. That's off of Buried Men, right?
Yes, it is.
Cool.
Not to be confused with the song.
Not to be confused with the song that is the first song on Concentration 64.
Yes.
This is the first song on Buried Men.
Yeah. So, to add to the confusion, if you don't want to be confused, just go on and go on the internet and search Zanders, and you'll find them. So, cool. You know, it works. It's pretty easy. Fantastic. So that was again, that was Poor Circulation. I'm assuming that's about having poor circulation.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that an affliction that you suffer from?
Sometimes, I feel toes, fingers, especially
Extremities.
tis the season.
Yeah.
And yeah, just being sometimes cold all the time, but literally cold. I'm not a cold person.
Yeah.
It's just poor circulation. That's
Very cool. So musically, what's going on in that song? Like, I noticed that a lot of you're not really, most of your songs aren't using like traditional chord progressions. So.
Well, that could be debated.
Okay, so enlighten me. What's,
That one starts with a little descending thing from the 4. You get your classic minor 4, and then you descend. That's the intro. Most of this song is the opposite of that. We're working up from 1 to 2, 3, 4, but we're doing a tritone substitution on the 3 chord.
Okay.
So
It's got that. I love the tritone. I love the tritone. It's such a great. That's a fun word to say too.
Yeah.
Tritone.
yeah, it makes I can say tritone substitution, and it just immediately sounds like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're playing. What would that make it? A tritone of the 3, just to mix that up
So it's kind of modal in a way
a little
when you're
bit.
messing around with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they started actually those 2 parts as kind of 2 different songs,
Okay.
and then neither of them were shaping up independently, and I had these 2 kind of fragments, and I thought the subject matter was maybe similar enough, and they worked well together, and they came together.
Mm-hmm.
So are these like songs that are kind of like preformed in your head, and then it's about like getting them out of your head, or is there a different kind of maybe an idea, and then you're working with the song as it presents its own little life, you know?
Yeah, a little bit of both. I think that sometimes there'll be maybe a melodic idea, and then also some like lyrics, some words that I'm like, those have to go somewhere. And then a lot of the songs on Buried Men and Been Better were written like driving and like
Okay.
voice memos. Just like doing like really long, like 10 minutes and just singing. And then I'd go home and sit at the piano and kind of go through all of that and see what's there, and then also what fits the story that this is all about. Because usually it's kind of a cathartic process to sing in the car,
Yes.
and
Yes, it's akin to singing in the shower,
yeah,
right? You know, you're kind of alone in your own little private little world, and I love watching people jam out in their cars. You know, it's great. Puts a smile on my face. Hopefully, you're jamming out in your car right now, or wherever you may be. And thanks for joining us on the Listener Supported Radio WPKN. Do you guys want to play some more songs, or?
Yeah, we've got a good pile.
Yeah. Let's. Yeah. I'd love to hear. And thank you so much again. Thanks for joining.
could go with a postage or blue room up or
Should we take the energy level up or energy level down?
Let's go up first. Why not? It's
Okay.
you know it's 9:15 on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to keep people
Yeah.
going.
Let's.
How's this thing?
These guys. Yeah, it sounds great. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It sounds. Yeah. It's good. I think at least I think so.
Let us know.
You guys have hearing the same thing I am. So.
okay.
So.
Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can steal your shoes, meet you in the blue room. Let's do something criminal before I am banished to your peripheral. When I pretend my hand is your hand and my eyes
Woo! You guys sound so great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm having a great time over here. Got my own private little concert. We also had a Chris, it's your same last name, say something on Facebook. So go Zanders.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
So thank you for listening. Is that
Thanks, Dad.
that's your dad? It's good. No, my dad's listening. Hey, Pop. Thanks for listening. Hopefully he's listening. And it's good to get the familiar support. You know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's necessary. I'm sure you got a piano at your house, so that's a thing.
Yeah, they've been a supporter of Zanders and the local music with some even some house shows back in the day there at my folks' place. So they support CT music.
That's awesome. Yeah. I haven't been to a good house show in a while. It's mostly because of the pandemic,
Yeah,
but
no one has, I think.
yeah, but that's all right. That's all right. We're here. We're doing what we can, right? Doing what we can. So that was a really cool song. I enjoyed that. So what are like some other music? Maybe it's not an influence per se, but what are you listening to right now? Like any new artists or anything that's really gotten you all worked up recently?
Kev, anything on your radar?
New, old, doesn't something new to you maybe, or something that you just keep on going back to?
Yeah, I've been on like a at this point 3-year long Steely Dan binge.
Okay.
Yeah,
I haven't really fully gotten into the Steely Dan binging yet,
I have.
but I hear it's a good time.
It is.
Yeah.
It's hard to get out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's some of those artists that have such a distinct sound, right? That, it's hard listening to other things once you get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Charlie Parker, for me, sometimes it's like that. Like I start listening to Charlie Parker and I literally can't listen to any other music for a while.
Did you check out that the new Love Supreme live session?
Yes, I did. It's right. We have it in the studio.
Awesome.
Yeah. Actually, the first time I listened to it was right here last week. I was filling in for the program that's coming up after us, and the programmer who was on before me was playing it and was like, "Hey, we have this," and I was like, "Yes." So I played some of it. It's amazing. I mean, I love Supreme.
Really good. And then I listened to that, and it made me go back and listen to I Love Supreme, which I don't think I had sat down and listened to in full, like concentrated on just doing that.
Mm-hmm.
in its entirety for a few years.
Yeah.
And it's still good.
It's, oh my gosh.
It's still good. That's my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
I,
Hot off the press. This is
yeah.
hot take. Kevin's
I know
hot
that
take.
might be controversial. But I love
Supreme's
Supreme's
pretty good. Wow. Yeah. I don't think anybody could debate you on that.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. It's pretty universal. Yeah, I do love me some John Coltrane. I have this shirt. I never went there, but my friend John Boudreau went to the church they have in San Francisco, where they jam, and paid to stay to John Coltrane. I have a T-shirt from that church, and it's very
awesome.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Check my phone to see if I can remind myself of other things I like. I've been super into Glenn Campbell.
Okay. Glenn Campbell.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Some 70s country.
All right. Do you like
the Rhinestone Cowboy?
Yeah,
if you will.
Yeah, Orwell Peck. I haven't
gotten into him.
I think I like his voice. I like the whole flamboyant cowboy.
I don't dislike it. I just haven't gotten into it yet.
Yeah, he's got oh, who's that guy? I'm blanking. I can't now. This is. I'm not gonna waste time trying to remember who he reminds me of, but yeah, he's an interesting character.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the flamboyant cowboy kind of with that voice that he has. It's very like haunting in a way.
You can't beat the cowboy get up.
Yeah, no.
Like everyone tries. I try. And you can't beat it.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a pretty good job. That's a good stash you got. That's a pretty good stash.
Oh yeah.
You could you could probably pull off the cowboy look. Get a bolo tie.
I do own a bolo tie.
I see. I gotta get myself one of those.
Yeah, but a hat, some chaps, and boots.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess I'm halfway there.
Yeah.
So someone's got to do it.
Yeah. So you'll be there. I mean, yeah, maybe by next week. Who knows?
Yeah, have me back.
Yeah, we will. We will. Yeah.
How are you?
All right. Well, yeah. What are you listening to?
Most recently, a lot of some solo piano music, some of the classics, a little J.S. Bach,
Mm-hmm.
a little Beethoven, Healthy Diet of Liszt, and some Messiaen, and yeah, it's different than listening to music with lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of like grab onto something different, and I guess when you don't have that melody to sort of belt out Matt Maltese.
Mm-hmm.
Been singing that all day, some of his music. But when you don't have that, I guess you're listening for something else.
Yeah.
And that's exciting.
Yeah, well, I agree. I listen to a lot of instrumental music, mostly jazz. But yeah, or Afrobeat, a good Afrobeat jam. I love me some Afrobeat.
Afrobeat Worldwide, is that one of the shows?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It sounds like it should be. Yeah, but that's cool. What are your feelings on Schubert, Alex? How do you feel about Schubert? Because I love Schubert.
Which one specifically are you thinking with songs?
I like the Der Wanderer, right?
Okay,
right.
Very nice.
That song cycle, yeah, that's probably like the one that I find Schubert. There's some of his like the repetition, and I don't know. There's something about it. It's very punk rock in a way.
Yeah,
like if you
and
put some distortion on some of those, things, it would be like, wow, this is like a punk tune.
And a supporter of house shows.
Yes.
From way back when, a little Schubertian.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And also known as the little mushroom.
Yeah.
Due to that little haircut.
Yeah. He died of syphilis, so he knew how to party. He put on really good parties, and
some beautiful music.
Yeah,
we got to plug the late piano sonatas.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
got it.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Yeah, and if you don't know what we're talking about, then go listen to some Schubert. It's SSSCHUBERT. So, Franz.
I thought of another cool one.
Okay, cool.
Recently discovered Gabriel Garzon Montoya.
Mm-hmm.
Checked him out.
Okay.
It's awesome.
I have to.
Uh,
I'm not really familiar with him.
oh, so the brief backstory is I within the past year have discovered that I really like reggaeton music.
Awesome.
Uh,
What's not to like?
The drum beat.
Yeah, it's
the
just,
one.
Yeah,
you know,
the one driving. Yeah,
it's
I know.
so good.
Yeah,
it's
great.
And I'm saying that non-ironically.
It's
I
amazing.
love this stuff.
Yeah.
But then I discovered Gabriel Garzon Montoya, and he's done a few records. The most recent one is where he started to do some reggaeton, bringing some reggaeton into it. But he is weaving reggaeton music with samba music, with modern pop music. And he's also a killer guitar player, so he'll just drop a guitar solo
Nice.
every once in a while.
That's great.
And he's got the craziest sense of style. You gotta look up YouTube videos of the guy because he is dressed to the nines in ways that I don't even know how you pick out clothes like that.
Yeah, it's like, where do you buy, like, you look at some of those people, and it's like, where do you buy those
I watched
clothes?
a video of him where he's wearing, his jacket is made of pants.
Wow. It's a pants jacket.
Yeah.
Is pants made of jackets?
No, the pants were also made of pants, but like
Okay.
not in the way you'd expect.
Wow.
Right?
I gotta see this.
You gotta look it up.
I gotta look it up.
But he's really great. He's based out of New York, I believe, and from what I've read, he one of his parents is French and the other's Colombian, I believe.
Cool.
We'll see. But he'll sing in French, Spanish, and English,
Oh, it's amazing.
depending on the song, and uses that skill very well of choosing where to use each language and mixing all these influences. And I'm just a huge fan of what he's doing. I think it's so cool. Very modern. Exactly what I think music needs.
Cool. I'm gonna have to check him out.
Check it out.
Yeah, I will. And that it's a good segue because the using different language is something that y'all do at times. And that one of my favorite tracks of your with Marbles. I don't even know what you're saying, but it's very intriguing. In that tune.
Yeah, I think it maybe this is a very English speaking person thing to say, but I think the line sounds better in French than and maybe it's more magical to not know what's being said there. But it concerns asking for a light, maybe for a cigarette.
Okay.
Like I have a fire, I have a light, but it's a fire for you, sort of, in a sense. Like imagine asking someone for a match or a lighter.
Yeah.
They say, sure, but I've also got a fire
Ooh.
for you. And it's intense, and I guess if you're,
well,
in another place and hearing such a line in another language, it just seems all the more intense.
Yeah, well,
and if that line was maybe in English, it would maybe sound a little corny. Not that there aren't some corny moments, but I think it works better with that sort of maybe mystery. Of course, it's not that complex. But it's a fun time.
Yeah, I think it's kind of it's kind of remarkable with how even in other languages, music still gets the message across. Even though you have no idea what they're saying, the emotional content is there, so you're still able to make those connections, whether or not you know actually what they mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Besides Steely Dan, 70% of the music I listen to is Brazilian.
Okay.
And yeah, I would love to learn Portuguese, but also I feel like I'm getting most of.
You're getting it from the songs.
I'm getting
yeah.
the emotion I need to get.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's really what matters. And speaking of things that matter, I have to do the official station ID because it is just past the hour of 9 here on listener-supported radio, WPKN, 89.5 FM, broadcasting from Bridgeport, beautiful downtown Bridgeport, Connecticut, serving Fairfield, New Haven, and Litchfield counties in Connecticut, and the folks across the pond, across the sound in Suffolk County, New York. People who get our signal terrestrially who aren't in necessarily those counties. I know, like Dutchess County up by where across the border. There's a couple other spots where you can get it. And wherever you are, you can go to WPKN.org. If you got the internet, well, you can listen to WPKN. You got one of those fart smones, you can go ahead and download our app at WPKN Live. And so that's all the ways that you can listen to WPKN. This is the A-List, and we're here talking with Alex and Kevin from the fantastic group Zanders. They've been playing some songs for us. It's been very fun. You're getting a lot of love from your family on our live stream here, which you, if you're interested in, you can go to Facebook or YouTube and go to WPKN's page, and you'll find a lovely shot of these two smiling faces. They're beautiful, and their music is beautiful too. So, beautiful on the inside and the outside.
And the Saraceno clan.
Yeah, they're loving it. Yeah, they're coming through strong. We got Aunt Rita checked in. We got Rita and Chris. Is that your mom and dad? Okay.
That's my mom and dad.
Awesome. I love that. Kevin, where are your parents?
Oh, they're not within radio range.
Okay. Well, then they could listen on. They probably don't know it's on the streaming. It's okay though. We won't hold it against them.
They're fans.
Yeah, they're big fans.
Trust me.
I believe that.
Yeah.
How could you not be? I'm a fan. I'm sure everybody else listening, who's still listening, is probably a fan as well. Right here on listener-supported radio WPKN. Do you guys want to play another one?
Can we cue a track?
We could totally cue a track. Yeah. What track should we cue?
That's a good question. I said that without any intention.
Maybe a rose.
Oh yeah,
That's a fun one.
the tune Rose M. Singer.
Rose M. Singer, off of Concentration 64. Okay, here we go. Thanks for listening. WPKN, listener supported radio, Zanders. Keep it up.
Thanks. Yeah, I've got to pee.